Welcome back to the AB Scale Project. I'm Krager, and this is Off Bravo, and today we're going to start off with the Studio Series 86 Frenzy. Alright, I'm going by the packaging label, so the whole Frumble crowd, don't worry about it. Going by the label, it's Frenzy. Alright, so he comes with the pile drivers, his guns on the back. If you saw my Studio Series Rumble review, you'll know all of this, because I'm not retreating new ground, because it's just a recolor of the Rumble. So we'll hit the highlights. One, these don't actually pile drive, they're stuck in place, but they do hold securely in. He, unlike the original Siege releases, he actually has hands. And you actually have to, if you want to use those as guns, you got to poke them into the side. So, yeah. That's the highlights. Get him back standing straight. Alright, and focus. Alright, bring in our current winner. Our masterpiece. And it actually is a mini masterpiece. I'd just want these chromed, but otherwise, yeah. It does look a lot better than the Siege, I would say that. But it's still, masterpiece is a masterpiece. But anyway, let's look at tape mode. And here we have Studio Series Frenzy in his tape mode, and it looks like a tape. You see everything on the back here, but that's good. I mean, you're going to. It's got to go somewhere. But they actually did put the tape details like they did with the Rumble, as opposed to Siege, where there was no tape details. Bring in the Masterpiece. You see you got the tape details. A lot more red on the Masterpiece, because they faced everything, but same on the back. So, yeah. That's really about it. I mean, this fits in your Soundwave, Sound Blaster, tape decks. This fits in your Masterpiece, or actually your G1. So, yeah, not a whole lot you could talk about with cassettes. All right, let's go to a final conclusion. So, is this our new IDW G1 Frenzy? I'm going to say no, because the same reason we did with the Rumble is because of the scale, because all the tapes are always one scale rating lower than the scale they're sold with. So this is more of a legend scale, where the Masterpiece is actually a chug scale, and so forth. Here's our actual human height, and we see that, yeah, because he's shorter than a human, and that's not right. This looks more likely. So, our IDW G1 is still the Masterpiece. You can find, I think they did a reissue the Masterpiece Soundwave recently with all the tapes. You can also pick up knockoffs of these that are still pretty decent. So go with the Masterpiece if you want your actual chug scale cassettes. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Finally for today, we're looking at the Studio Series 86 Ratchet. And while I really like the Ironhide, I love the Ratchet. I think they did a great job on him. I mean, it is the same mold. They added the light bars, which these come off as, two separate pieces. So basically where the gun's mounted on Ironhide, these mount on. So it is the same mold. Only thing they changed is the crotch and the head, which I really like the head sculpt on this guy. Let's take a look at that so you can see. I like it. I think that is Ratchet to a T. I mean, they really did it justice this round. Bring in the Ironhide so you can see the comparison. Like I said, everything is the same except for the crotch and the head, and that's really the only difference between their character models. So that works. Alright. Bring in our current winner, which is the Siege. And yeah, you can see this is going for two totally different aesthetics. Of course, I did paint my crotch and hips and fists so it looked more G1. But, and also, I actually made the red crosses. But, yeah. Yeah, definitely a world of difference. And it's still kind of squarish. I mean, it's just enough where it'll evoke the character model from the cartoon, but it'll still look good in vehicle mode. So, with that aside, let's go ahead and look at the vehicle mode. And here we have Ratchet in his Van At mode, and it looks good, very G1. Look at that. Yeah, doesn't like to pin together in the back, but otherwise, it's really good. I dig it. You can plainly see the back of his head there. I'll move Alpha back so we can bring in the Ironhide. And like I said, they put these on top of the weapon mounts up here. But they do have extra mounts down here. You can turn the guns into tailpipes. Ironhide had that too, but I just like them up here for Ironhide. So really that's it. They just added on the light bar that comes off. Otherwise it's just a recolor, no other changes in vehicle mode. And just like the Ironhide, where the paint and the plastic really don't match, they don't kind of have shade differences on the Ratchet too. What you gonna do? But otherwise it looks really good. Bring in the Siege. You see, vastly different. This is the Cybertron, this is the Earth. Yeah, I'll just give you a spin just so you can see back of the heads in both of them. I mean, you get a lot more pop of color with the Siege. Of course, the White Ambulance didn't have a lot of pop of color. One thing that they did have on both the Ironhide and the Ratchet was they actually put, I don't know if you can see that. Let's bring this up. They actually put the detail line where you could put the striping. If you want to put the red striping for Ratchet or the gold striping for Ironhide, they actually did have details in the mold for it. So if you want to come back with paint later, you can add that in. So I thought that was pretty neat. And I didn't notice that with Ironhide, but with the Ratchet I saw it and I was like, oh, that actually makes painting those racing stripes pretty easy. Alright, let's go ahead and make our final consideration. So, is this our new IDW G1 Ratchet? I'm going to say it is definitely our new G1. This is the perfect G1 representation, I think. I mean, it does have this kind of ambulance kibble there, but you know that you're not going to get rid of that without a lot of folding and bending and a lot of stuff that will take it way out of the price point for Chug. So, as of this moment, I think this is the perfect Ratchet. I think they just should stop here with G1. They can continue making movie Ratchet, but this is the G1 you want. You don't need to buy anything past this. For IDW, I actually still like the Siege for IDW. I mean, it's just enough. It's a lot closer to the character model on the IDW, I think. Of course, there was two of them, but I think this look and the extra paint on here, I think it gets them closer to an IDW aesthetic. So, the Studio Series 86 for your G1 shelves, and I still like the Siege for IDW. So this is going to go back to my Lost Light shelf. Alright, let's wrap this up. And that's it for the day. Thank you for joining us today on the AB Scout Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.